Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Fallout 2 Blind. Now, last time I joined the Church of Hubology and received a 7-page document detailing the terms that they use. So, Hubologist Teachings, welcome. Welcome to the Hubology Holodisk. Within these electronic pages, you will find a quick description of our beliefs, including the formerly repressed teachings of the Hub. The Holodisk isn't meant to represent the final word on Hubology. Think of it as a primer and use us and your spiritual guardians. Okay, so the history. We were founded back before the Great Deluge by an author and visionary of great promise, a man named Dick Hubble. He saw a failure of medicine at that time, and a failure of religion, and of the failure of the government. He knew that the world needed something new. The world needed Hubology. Inspired by music of the time and his own personal experience with extraterrestrial beings, he set out to show us wheels in the sky, to keep them burning, and to understand the great wheel of life. We call him the Hub, for it is through him that we understand our place in the wheel. He is our center, and we are his spokes. It is around his teachings that we revolve. With the publication of countless books and journals, the Hub began spreading the word of Hubology, and immediately became a target for his detractors. They called his work pseudoscience and dangerous dribble that can only hurt its adherents. Despite the collected sightings of the extraterrestrial vehicles around the globe, they insisted on squashing the Hub's word. We know that they were simply stupid and misguided, but they were powerful, and they included governments and corporations and other such entities, keeping the greatest news of all time from the people of Earth. Now, I have to give the Hubologists something, because obviously, from what I've heard, as I said, I don't know that much about Scientology and the exact nature of their tenets and the exact specifics of their tenets, of their beliefs, but I guess what the Hubologists have over the Scientologists is that in Fallout universe, aliens simply are a thing. Like, they literally exist and fly around in flying saucers, so at least they have that. Hubology was driven underground for a time, marshalling its forces against the attacks of those who envied its simplicity and the use of the common and the ease of use for the common man. While when at last the Hubologists of that time struck back, they did it in a way that few could stand against them. Then they infiltrated the organization that sought to destroy them and created television shows that sought to expose the lies in the government that they had fed the people. This caused a subtle backlash against our religion. The common man found reason to doubt Hubology because of the distorted teachings of the media, and we had to wage a long campaign against those who would call us crackpots. During that time, sadly, the great Hub passed away. Bolstered by the knowledge that the Hub has achieved unity with the Star Father, helping to turn the cosmic wheel in our direction, attaining another level of consciousness, we remained confident in ourselves that ours was the true way. Along the way, we gained adherents, many of whom simply wanted to believe that there was a place out there that is better than this world. We offer proof of life on other planets, and a philosophy that allows us to understand the way of the universe. People have come to us over the ages, impressed by the righteousness of our minds, and the fact that we have survived the Great Deluge unscathed teaches us that the Great Wheel turns towards our teachings. The philosophy. Hubology contains a simple philosophy called from the finest religious and philosophical mind of the pre-deluge Earth. We believe that life, the universe, and everything can best be symbolized by a turning wheel. The outer rim wheel contains those who do not understand our teachings and who do not understand the truth. We call them rim meat, for the wheel turns over them and grinds them, and they do not appreciate its workings. Those who practice hubology are the spokes of the wheel. We understand the motion of the wheel and do our best to facilitate its turning. Those who control a portion of the wheel are called hubs, and as far as we know, there have only been a few hubs, enlightened individuals who seek to better the lot of their fellow earthlings. We refer to the founder of Hubology as the Hub, for he is the one with the most correct teaching. In the practice of our religion, we simply apply scientific techniques developed by the Hub and perfected by his inheritors to align the flawed neurodynes that create disharmony and an asymmetrical wheel. This allows us to purify ourselves and prepare us for self-examination. It is only through this self-examination that we are able to understand our place in the cosmos and on the Great Wheel. It is only through self-examination that we discover ourselves to be worthy of boarding the fiery rings when they meet us on the planet Quetzal. We think of ourselves as a religion combined with the best teachings. Combined with the best, I read the top of the same page, combined with the best scientific technique. Scientific spirituality is what we call it, and we hope you'll be calling it that too before too long. This is our creation story. Eons ago, all lived peacefully and in harmony with one another. Body, mind and spirit were joined in all creatures, and the technology that existed boggled the imaginations. It was a time of peace, creativity and alignment. And then the dark days came. Tarkasok, the pothole, began to teach body-mind dualism, and the sundering of the spirit, and a war arose. A great war destroyed the souls and the bodies, and scattered the remnants across the universe. The Great Wheel came close to separating from the axle of existence. Its spokes broken in the rat Thragzok has created. A new life had to arise, and arise it did on the planet Terra and on the other planets across the universe. We focus mainly on the life that arose on Terra, for while we believe that we will once again heal the sundered spokes of the wheel with our starry brothers, we must first concentrate on making ourselves useful spokes. This new life was polluted by the soul pieces of the dead. This led to hate and misunderstanding, and wars raged across Terra's surface, until one day a visionary realized that the only way to create peace, understanding and enlightenment was to cleanse the soul pieces from the spirits of humanity. That visionary was the Hub. His cleansing continues today. Small glossary. Aligned Hub Seeker. The levels of enlightenment are measured by the cleansing of your neurodynes, cleaning the base negative energy of your meat and converting it to positive mental energy. When you have achieved a strong enough level of Zaytan energy, you can travel to Quetzal, or you can wait and hope that the uplifting will come during your lifetime. Alignment. When a neurodyne is polluted and keeps a seeker's Zeta level down, we align the levels to the universal wheel by running a Zeta scan on the affected neurodyne, cleansing it of taint. Too much alignment too quickly is harmful to the spirit, however. Enlightenment is the state achieved past AHS 9. When the seeker has gained so much knowledge, he becomes an integral part of the Great Wheel and leaves this earthly existence behind. Some of the enlightened remain on Terra to guide the rest of us to a state of grace, to show us how to get behind the wheel of our own lives. Great Wheel. This refers to the cyclical nature of the universe, space and time. Everything is part of the Great Wheel. There are some who can take control of the wheel, or perhaps they simply understand the direction in which it travels, and we call them gods, prophets and visionaries. Those who master the Great Wheel are truly enlightened. Neurodynes are the stations of the spirit. Ancient religions called them chakras. They can be polluted by soul pieces and negative energy emanating from oppressives. Oppressives are those individuals who are so full of negative energy and polluted soul pieces that they drag down those who seek enlightenment by their very presence. They are to be avoided. Many of them are so polluted that they do not recognize the value to be found in good cleansing, and they will do their best to divert the course of the Great Wheel. Quetzal is the planet to which the Starfather will bring us when we have become optimized, where we'll meet our starry brethren and join them on their flaming wheels in the sky. Reem Meat, a basic person who has not yet been aligned to purify his neurodynes. Starfather, some would call him a god. We prefer to think of a Starfather as the universal force from which we draw our energy and to which we feed our energy in turn. Again, a cyclical relationship. Uplifting is the time where the Starfather calls us home to Quetzal, when we will meet our extraterrestrial brethren and move close to the hub of the Great Wheel. Those who have made an effort to understand and embrace the words of the hub, no matter their HAS level, will be invited to join the Starfather in the heavens on the planet Quetzal. The Zeta Scan, another word for alignment, the Zeta Scan helps to purify your neurodynes and clear your spirit. It consists of a machine that runs massive doses of electricity through your skin. The electricity has been carefully formulated to the exact volt, to the amount of energy needed to drive away the negative energy from a neurodyne. By accepting a Zeta Scan, your course is slightly collected to be more in line with the movement of the wheel. Bibliography, Books of the Hub. There are hundreds and hundreds of books listed here, including such titles as The Scientific Spirituality, Battleground Quetzal, Starfather Above, Collected Shopping Lists, Notes and Musings, How to Sue Your Enemies Effectively. Okay, again, clear reference to actual practices of Scientology, because they are very vicious in attacking people that speak against them. How to create a cult and future books to be written when I'm dead. Okay, that wasn't as interesting as I would have liked it to be, but maybe that was the point. Maybe it was supposed to be a little bit boring and nonsensical. Anyway, San Francisco is pretty weird, because it seems not much is happening here for now. Maybe more options will open up once I return from Navarro with the plans of the vertebrates, but I don't really plan to go there yet. I think I'm a little too weak. Instead, what I am going to do...
Chosen, do you hear me? The village dies. All of our futures die too. We have little left in both time and essence. Hurry.
Man, I do feel bad. Like, I should presumably hurry up, but I do want to also explore the map. And basically what I plan to do now is go back to Vault 15, because I forgot to check after I reinitialized the power. I forgot to check the computers for the exact location of Vault 13, because to my knowledge it should be somewhere around here, but I don't see it on my map. And in fact, I just remembered that the exact reason I came to Vault 15 in the first place from Vault City was because it was presumed that there might be information on Vault 13 there, so I will look for that, and then I think I will go back north to New Reno, or maybe even all the way back to Vault City, Gecko and those other places to see if anything has changed in the meantime, and then I will go back south through here, I guess. explore the coastline. Okay, so here is Navarro. But for now, let me get a bunch of fire geckos. Okay, this is potentially problematic. I'm not quite sure how strong a fire gecko is. I guess I'm going to learn soon enough. Yeah, I think I'm screwed. Like, judging from the strength of that attack. Oh yes, definitely screwed. A herd of Deathclaws. Okay, this is even worse. I could kill one or maybe two, but not a whole bunch of them. I have to run away. It's kind of dishonorable, but I can't defeat them. Okay, let's go back this way. Oh. You encounter a giant stone head. Okay. Kinda weird, but... Oh, and it's sleeping, so I guess it's capable of talking. You see a large stone monument that appears to be mumbling to itself. Mom, there's no school today. I don't want to get up yet. What? Get your damn hands off of me. You see a stone monument to the... Who dares to approach the sacred head of the Vault Dweller? It is I, the Chosen One. You, the Chosen One? You are no bigger than my finger. But you don't have fingers, actually. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Nah-huh. Uh-huh. 12 hours later. Uh-huh. 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 Enough of this. Very well, you have proved yourself. You are the Chosen One. Take this. Now leave me. Hey, thanks. Yeah, whatever, now get out of here. Damn tourists. Damn tourists. You see a stone monument of the Vault Dweller's head. I'm the Chosen One. What crapola. You see a stone monument of the Vault Dweller's head. It is a pretty flattering likeness, though you doubt the Vault Dweller's head was actually this size. If I were you, the Chosen One, I would get out of here. I already gave you a gift. Well, be gone. What is it exactly? A monument chunk. This is a piece of the disgruntled stone monument you found out in the desert, although many of your village would doubt it, would no doubt regard it as a sacred artifact. You somehow suspect you have been cheated. Oh, but apparently I can use it? What does it do? You gain 3 strength and you gain 50 damage resistance. Oh, so it's like a very strong combat buff? Okay, this is interesting. Already gave you a gift and potentially useful for later on in the game. Talking head. Interesting that those special encounters save on the map. I guess the bridge was the bridge of death with the riddles. You see a caravan of slavers. You see a caravan master. You're the do-gooders that's running around, saving and helping people. Why don't you kind of buzz off? Okay, you're going to die for being a slaver. So, let me position myself. You see a scarred traveler. The boss is a good guy for the most part. I doubt it. Why don't you do good somewhere else? Yeah, why don't you die? Actually. Why don't you just die? Would be swell. Okay, maybe it's not going to happen. Let's try again. Okay, first of all, let me reload before the battle starts. Obviously, it will give me a little bit of an advantage, at the very least. Okay, that was a decent-ish opening. Oh yes, that was definitely decent. Let's actually... oh, I can't save. Okay, so what do you have? Quite a lot of stuff, apparently. Sure. Okay, that's a lot of things to sell. I think each of those sells for like 2,000. So it's obviously a lot of surplus money. But the thing is, at this point, I don't have that much to spend it on. I have not found any place where I can buy energy weapons, for example. A pack of Deathclaws. Okay, let's try. I'm not seeing this, but let's give it a try. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, it's just going to decimate me. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, this is not going to happen. I'm sorry to say that, but at this point... I could kill them, you know, one by one, but not all together. Swarm of Mantis. Yeah, this is kind of more my speed. Okay, a pack of radscorpions again. I should be able to deal with those. And despite the relative easiness in defeating them, they do give pretty good experience. So overall, I guess they are a fine enemy to face in battle. Yeah, I've gotten around 1,000 experience out of this whole fight, and I barely took any losses. So generally speaking, I would say it was pretty great. So, what do the people out here have to say? Oh. Were the fields here before, and the well? Thank you for all that you have done. I apologize for the cold shoulder earlier. Wonder what the people have to say about the deal with the NCR. And thanks for helping out Rebecca. Thanks for everything you have done for me. Yeah, because there's an NCR flag, so I guess they literally joined. Now that Darian is gone, we don't have any way to get the food. We'll surely perish. Thanks a lot. What? What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure I negotiated with the NCR that they are going to help you out. And I think it worked, seeing how I don't remember those fields or those Brahmin from before. And you literally hoisted up an NCR flag, so you'd think you're pretty chummy with them to do that. Let's go back to the vault. Because I want to check computers, now that I have restored power, to see if one of them might maybe tell me about... Okay, what did I pick up? Assault rifle, okay. So, security computer terminal. Security computer broken. Blah blah blah. But there are a couple unbroken ones. I guess there's also stuff in the lockers and the like. Might as well pick that now that I'm here again. It wasn't originally my goal, but still. You access the computer quickly and scan all of the available files. You find the location of Vault 13 and copy it to your Pip-Boy. Okay, great. That's exactly what I came here for. What is it that it's so heavy?
What you be needin'?
Well, I guess I have plenty of surplus weapons to sell anyway. Presumably Sulik himself is pretty close to being over-encumbered, and Cassidy already is. But I've gained the location of Vault 13, so might as well go there. Yeah, it literally is where it should be. I guess my character just didn't know that. Worm of Mantis, okay. Okay. And the caves certainly do look familiar. In fact, I'm pretty sure the layout is identical to Fallout 1. You gain 2000 XP for finding Vault 13. Okay. And there are people in here. Oh, and Deathclaws. What? What? Do not fear me, human. I do not intend to harm you. I am Gruthar, leader of this Deathclaw pack. Why have you come here? How is it possible that a Deathclaw can talk, and so well? Forgive me, I do not need to be rude, but I do not see that this is relevant to our conversation. I can speak your tongue, and I can read your written word. What more needs to be said? I don't mean to pry, but surely you can understand my interest in the matter. Yes, certainly I can. Very well. If we part as friends, human, you should speak with Goris. He has more understanding in this matter than I. He can usually be found in the Vault Library. Thank you. I look forward to meeting Goris. Why have you come here? I'm looking for something called a gek. I was told I could find one here. A gek? That is not a small lizard. No, wait, this is a gecko. I'm sorry, but I do not know what the gek is, nor where it can be found. Will you let me in to look for it? I'm sorry, but I don't allow just anyone to wander these halls. I am responsible for the safety of all who live here, and I must exercise caution. I can understand your concern. You don't know me well enough to trust me. What can I do to help you out somehow? And in return, you can allow me to look around? Gruthar stares at you intently for a moment. You would be interested in helping us? Yes, I sense little evil in you. Very well, I shall place my trust in you. Thanks. There are many machines here, machines built by humans. Deathclaw hands cannot use these machines. However, there is one machine that understands questions. I ask it to run the other machines, and it obeys. The machines no longer listens. It will no longer run the other machines. We are running out of food and water. I have ordered raids on the human lands so that we may survive. I am not proud of this, and I would put an end to it. If you repair this machine, I will be able to feed my people once again. I will gladly stop the raids. Do you agree to this? Sounds like the voice recognition module has gone bad. Let's go take a look. Thank you. The machine is in the Vault Control Center on the 3rd level. If you can repair it, please do so. I am placing my trust in you. Please do not betray it. You're welcome here. I won't let you down, Gruthar. You have my word on that. Okay, this is very weird, and I'm not sure how do I feel about it. Like, I understand that Fallout was never supposed to be overly serious, but at a certain level of ridiculousness, I feel like it adversely affects my my ability to enjoy the story, because I'm generally more I'm a person that responds more positively to drama than to humor, I guess, generally speaking. I like emotional involvement in stories, and I like over analyzing stuff, and there's not much to over analyze in like absurdist comedy. And I guess often in comedy generally, like most comedies are not supposed to make some kind of a profound logical sense. They're supposed to make you laugh, oftentimes by lacking any kind of sense altogether. Hello, I'm Joseph, the herbalist. What can I help you with? I would like to ask you some questions. What would you like to know? Are you a prisoner here? I'm not a prisoner. I stay because I'm needed. I learned to accept the fact that some of my patients are Deathclaws. That's very commendable of you. What can you tell me about the Deathclaws? Let's see. Deathclaws appear to be a mutated Jackson's chameleons, the horned variety. There are a lot of similarities still present, but an even greater number of differences. The mutation factor is quite high. This species is highly intelligent, about the equivalent of an 8-year-old, with some individuals reaching human normal level. Their learning capacity is very high, and they are capable of abstract thought and reasoning. Although they do not have vocal cords, the Deathclaws seem to mimic human speech the same way as a parrot does. I have yet to discover the exact mechanism behind this, so I am unable to say more at this time. Socially, they are pack animals with very rigid code of ethics. They are led by an alpha male who rules with mutual consent of the pack. They appear to be extremely loyal to the pack as a whole, treating it as a family unit rather than having individual families as humans do. Their sense of right and wrong is very clearly defined. They do follow a code of ethics that is enforced by the pack as a whole. Violence is never used as a solution to a problem among the pack, as far as I can see. There have been no capital crimes committed here, so I can't say how those are handled. That's about all I can think of for now. I hope this helps you. I'm impressed with your knowledge. How did you come to be in this place? I was gathering some herbs one night when a voice called to me out from the darkness. I have been watching you, it said, and I know that you are a healer. Are you dedicated to your art? Enough to heal someone foreign to you? Someone who many would consider an enemy? I answered that I respected all life and would do my best to heal the injured, regardless of who or what they were. I thought it was some thief or raider who had gotten himself hurt and needed a doctor. I can't begin to imagine my you can't begin to imagine my surprise when a couple of Deathclaws stepped out of the night with an injured companion. Somebody has shot him real good, and I told them I couldn't work on him where we were, so they blindfolded me and brought me here. I've been here from that day forward. You're a truly dedicated man who deserves recognition. I don't agree with this option, because he is helping people. Like, if the Deathclaws possess human-level intelligence, then to my mind, they are essentially people. They should have the same rights as people do. And in fact, judging from what he said, it seems that they are very peaceful. And he said there were no conflicts within the pack, and they try to solve everything peacefully, and there have been no capital crimes. So generally speaking, it seems better than some human communities, like compared to like the Den, where one of the most prominent establishment was a freaking slavers guild. So I think you are a truly dedicated man who deserves commendation. What would you like to know? Can you live here if you want? Yes, I can, and I often do. I have to collect my herbs from time to time, and I've never been stopped. I used to wonder if the Deathclaws were secretly following me, and whether or not they would stop me if I tried to leave. So one day I put that theory to a test. I traveled to another town and stayed there a week or so before returning. When I got back, I was warmly welcomed. Gruthar, the pack leader, came to me privately and personally thanked me for coming back. No, I'm definitely here because I want to be. Alright. Thanks for the information. Do you have anything to sell? No. That's definitely interesting. You see a Deathclaw, it watches you with strangely intelligent eyes. Forgive, I do not speak well. I try to talk to you. Who are you? Tharn. Who are you? Pleasure to meet you, Tharn. I'm Trevor. You want what? What are you doing here? I guard hole. Safety of pack goal. You're doing a... what are you guarding the hole against? Intruder, human, deathclaw, whatever. Pack threatened, I attack. I see. No offense, but how smart are you? That's a very hurtful question. Potentially, because that implies that he's stupid. You don't ask such questions in other circumstances. So, you can already kind of tell he's kind of limited intelligence compared to that other Deathclaw. So I see no point in rubbing it in his face. I'm just passing the time. Let's go deeper. This video displaying unit has a variety of computer monitors and other screens. It looks very busy. Hello, human. Sorry to bother you, but who are you? I Dar, warrior. I'm Trevor Dar. What do you want? What is your job at the vault? I guard and keep peace, nothing more. You're doing fine, just keep it up. How educated are you again? I'm not about to ask that, that's kind of rude. Okay, there's no one else. Oh, there's some humans around. Interesting. Oh, and someone who seems to wear the robes of the followers of the children of the cathedral out of Fallout 1. Oh, I didn't see you standing there. That's okay, we all space out at times. Say, you look rather down. May I ask why? I was born 2 months premature. When I was 1, I was dropped on the porch. When I was 2, I had pneumonia. When I was 3, I got the chickenpox. When I was 4, I fell down the stairs and broke 6 ribs. When I was 5, my uncle was decapitated by a watermelon. What? When I was 6, my parents hit me in the head with a shovel. When I was 7, I lost my right index finger to my pet rat. When I was 8, my dog Spike got hit by a tractor. When I was 9, my mother lost her arm to a rabid Brahmin. When I was 10, my sister was torn to bits by a pack of dogs. When I was 11, my grandfather killed himself because I was ugly. When I was 12, my grandmother killed herself because I was ugly. When I was 13, my father poked out his eyes with a pitchfork in a drunken stupor. Okay, this guy, probably the unluckiest guy in the history of guys, but also, one part of me sort of hopes he's not particularly old, because if he would be like 90, then I presume he would list misfortunes that happened to him each year of his life up until the age of 90. But on the other hand, I think it might have been very amusing to hear all of them. When I was 14, my brother lost his hand to a wallaby. When I was 15, my aunt choked to death on a chicken bone. When I was 16, I lost my cousin to a badger. When I was 17, I cut off my left big toe with a hoe. When I was 18, my father lost his right leg to the same tractor that killed my dog. When I was 19... I'm truly sorry you've been in so much pain in your life. Hopefully things have gotten better. Well, there I was, traveling through the desert, when suddenly my Brahmin falls over dead. About then I realized I was low on water and hadn't had a drink in quite a while. Later, my bones began to ache and my head started to hurt and my bowels became loose and I got this rash that just wouldn't go away. It was time to sit down and die. Well, there I was sitting in the desert, waiting for the world to swallow my miserable existence when a pack of Deathclaws shows up. I was thinking to myself, this is it, now I can die, I can wind up as a pile of Deathclaw shit in the middle of the desert, but no, fate had yet another cruel card to play against me. You see, the Deathclaws didn't kill me. Instead, they gave me water, brought me here, gave me this room, gave me food, cleaned me up, and now they won't let me leave. I know they are fattening me up for some unknown horrible fate. I keep telling them that I would probably taste better if I was leaner, but it does me no good. They just smile, if you can call it that, and pat me on the head and say, "Don't worry, human, things will get better." Ha, we both know what that means. Anyway, to make matters worse, they started giving me some sort of medication. It was making me gassy, so I stopped taking it, and it's a good thing I did. I think it was some sort of a mind control pill, because I started to feel like things weren't actually so bad as I thought. Anyway, that's about it. I'm just waiting for the dinner bell to chime, so that they can feast on my bloated body. Okay, so is the implication that he's depressed and the Deathclaws were giving him antidepressants, but he was being paranoid about them being mind control pills because he was so used to thinking that everything is hopeless that the sudden change of attitude was startling to him? Okay, both those options are kind of shit. But I guess I don't want to hear anymore. I got to get out of here and away from you. Goodbye. Good luck with your life, I guess. What can I do for you? I was wondering if I could hear your tale once again. No thanks. No thanks, actually. I think I'm good. Is there something I can help you with, stranger? Yes, I'd like to ask you some questions. What do you want? Who are you? My name is Matt. Does it matter? Are you a prisoner here? Are you a prisoner here? Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I stumbled upon this place and got myself captured by the Deathclaws. They gave me freedom of movement within the lower levels, but I can never go to level 1 where the exit is. Why? Because, unlike the rest of the sheep, I recognize them as a threat to humanity. They know that if I get out of here, I will see to it that they are wiped off the face of the earth. Look, they can think for themselves, they can learn, they can read, and they can write if they dip their claw in ink. They are fast, tough, perceptive, and deadly. If their numbers grow large enough, they will be the greatest threat that humanity could ever face. Think about it. They need to be eliminated. Well, I disagree on principle. Like, if they turn to be, if they happen at a later point to be a threat to humanity, then I guess it will result in literal war, and in that war we'll see who wins. But I disagree wholeheartedly with the idea that we should wipe them off preemptively, because as I said, I consider them people. They seem to have sufficient level of intelligence and self-awareness to classify as people in my mind. So to slaughter them wholesale just because you don't trust them is basically genocide. So how about no? I realize that they are a potential threat, but I trust them. Ah, you're a fool to trust them. If you change your mind, come back and get me. What about you? You look like one of the children of the cathedral. Welcome, traveler. I am called Gordon, and I am the shrine keeper. What can I help you with? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Trevor. Can I ask you some questions? Certainly you may. Who is this shrine dedicated to? The shrine is dedicated to an unknown hero, unnamed hero known only as the Vault Dweller. He or she was the savior of all who lived here several decades ago. We do not know what became of our savior, but he or she lives in our minds and hearts. Very commendable, I guess. Although I still call bullshit on the fact that they completely forgot the details of the Vault Dweller life in like 80 years. It's not such a long time. How long have you been here? I've been here all my life in this vault. I have been the shrine keeper for most of those years. Then you were here when the Deathclaws took over? No, my friend, I was not. I left a few months ago to visit the statue of the Vault Dweller erected in the central court of the NCR. When I returned to the vault, the Deathclaws were already here. Needless to say, I was in shock. However, I am convinced that they are not responsible for what happened to my fellow citizens. If by chance you want more information, you can seek out Goris in the library. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. What can you tell me about the Deathclaws? I have lived with the Deathclaws for several months. They seem honorable and forthright in their dealings with me and the other humans. I trust them, and in time, I think you will as well. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for now. Why do you stay here? My place is at the shrine. I will not leave it willingly. Okay. So, I think this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it here. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.